So today we'll be covering NSE shares trading with our AIB DigiTrader. Today we are going through practicals of how you trade, factors to look at when trading, how you make money at NSE. And I hope at the end of this, you'll be able now to start trading on our digital platform. And we have new features. One of them is push notification. And if you have any question, please put it on the chat or at the Q&A. At the end of this presentation, I'll be able to answer every question. So I think we can start. Let's start with the introduction. So today we are going through NSE share trading, how you master trading with the DigiTrader and also our portal. We'll start from the basics. First, you know who are the players in the market. We got to account setup, which is very important, all the way to how you get execution and other products that are offered by AIB. So let's start. So at NSE, you have various parties that play part in trading. So we'll start with a very important party, that is NSE. NSE are the ones who provide a trading platform, that is the ATS, where all broker systems connect to. And as a client, you can't go directly to NSE because you don't have access to that platform. That's why you need a broker. Now, NSE system connects to CDSE, Central Depository and Settlement Corporation, where your shares are held. So CDSE is where your shares are held. NSE is where you trade. And for you to trade at NSE, you need a broker. So at CDSE, when you open accounts, they tag your account to a broker. Let's say you open account with AIB. They tag that CDSE number under your unique ID to broker AIB. If you go to another broker, let's, for argument's sake, I don't want to market for others, we say like broker X, you open account with them. So at CDSE, you have two brokers, but having the same CDSE number under your ID. So if you go to CDSE, you'll be able to get a full statement for all the brokers you have and the shares they hold for you. So CDSE, that's where your shares are held. NSE is where trading happens. Now, CMA, the Capital Markets Authority, is the regulator and they oversee the trading activities. And they are the ones who protect your shares from the brokerage level and also from NSE and CDSE level. So there is nothing that can happen to your shares as long as the CMA are in operation. Then comes in the broker. Broker are the ones who provide the trading system and they do settlement on behalf of you. What that means is the broker will connect to NSE for trading and also connect to CDSE to open your trading account. Then on settlements, it's the broker who sends money to CDSE to pay the other party that sells the shares to you. So I hope that is clear. So you have the broker at the top. So you have the client. So you have the client at the top. Then client connects through the broker. Broker opens a CDSE account. CDSE sends that account to NSE for trading. Now, when you submit the order to the broker, broker will send that order to NSE for execution. Once it is executed, the broker will send your money to CDSE to pay the person who has sold the shares to you. Then CDSE will remove the shares from the person who has sold to you to your account. So that's how the whole market works. From the client to the broker, to CDSE, you open account. CDSE sends that account to NSE. NSE now connects all the brokers under one platform. So if you go to broker X, you still connect to NSE to trade with a broker, with a client who is at AIB. And you trade on all listed companies. So for a company to trade at NSE, it has to be listed and it must have a registrar. The role of the registrar, one, is to perform all the functions that are required at capital markets by the regulations. And apart from that, they are the ones who pay you dividend. So the dividend doesn't come to the broker, it goes directly to the client. However, as AIB, we are working with the regulator to see if that dividend can be sent back to the broker for you to reinvest. And it is a whole new process. We hope CMA and CDSC will appreciate the role brokers play on behalf of the client. So currently, all dividends, when the company declares a dividend, and we see that when we come to how dividends work, when they declare dividend, it is the registrar who pays directly to you. In case you have any issue, you only need to go to the registrar, either by call, you can go there physically, or you send email. For AIB, we always advise send email to registrar, copy the broker, just in case they say we have made details in your CDSC account. Then, behind the scenes, you have the banks that do settlement on behalf of the client. So there are various banks which are connected to the broker, and they are the ones who send your cash to CDSC for settlement. I hope that is clear. So for share trading, the platforms are offered by the broker. As AIB, we have various platforms. One of them is AIB DigiTrader, that is the app. Then we have our online share trading platform. You can also go through either our account manager for qualified clients or through our customer service. We also have the systems that connect to us. One of them is Dosika. Then we have My Stocks, and we have Rhino from CDSC. All these platforms, and I'm not bragging on behalf of AIB, we were the first ones. We are the ones who integrated those platforms. And we hope if you have any issue, you can always contact us. I believe that is clear. If there is any question, just put it on the chat. So we go to our account opening process. I'm just waiting for my app to connect. And for those who are joining on CMA annual capital markets event, we are AIB Axys. Today we are doing training on NSE. So let's continue on our account opening. So for you to be onboarded on AIB Axys, we have several ways you can get onboarded to CDSC. One of them is online onboarding, where you can use either our AIB DigiTrader platform or our online platform. You just fill in your KYC details and submit to us. However, if you intend to invest in international markets, under KYC details, as you see, where it says it is optional, always attach the required documents. We have the second way, which is manual forms, where you fill in our account opening form. Then you attach your ID or passport, copy of your passport, KRA PIN, a colored passport photo, and a utility bill. That is a requirement by the regulator. Now, the difference between the two account opening methods, the online one, you only pay annual maintenance of 200. For manual forms, you pay 1,000. So that is the difference. However, the onboarding process is the same. Now, there are compliance checks that we do and client verification. One of them is anti-money laundering. There is also FATICA, and there is also IPRS verification to confirm that the ID you are giving belongs to you. Now, account activation timelines. If it is manual forms, it is reliant on CDSC because we have to submit that application and CDSC to approve. For online onboarding, it's around 24 hours. Again, as long as your account meets the full KYC details, it will be activated within a short time. Now, we have different accounts that you can open. We have individual accounts. This is where you open account as an individual. Then you have joint, where you are opening with two parties. It could be you and your wife or a family member. So a joint account is between two parties. Then you have corporate account, which is a company, where you can open an account as a company. Then you have junior accounts. The same way we have banks The same way you open a Jabo Junior account in bank, in CDSC you have the same. You can open account with your kid. The only thing you need to provide is your kid's birth certificate and your KYC details as highlighted above in the manual forms. So for junior, corporate, and joint, you use the manual form. For individual, you open online. If you intend to invest in international market, for online account, you only need to fill in our account opening form to update your account, attach the requirements, and in addition to that, you fill in the W8BN form. That one will come back to Friday. We'll go back to the whole process of international stocks trading, but we have already uploaded the video that we did last Friday. If you're on our social media, just check the link to the video. It's not on our official AIB Axys YouTube channel for privacy of the person who did that presentation. Now, we also have nominee and direct accounts. When you open an individual, joint, corporate, or junior accounts, those are direct accounts. We also have nominee accounts, which currently we don't do as AIB Axys for one reason. We, as in the nominee account, we don't know, the CDSC don't know the underlying client. So we open using your client code or your dummy name. They are not operational for now. They help us to protect the underlying client. But for you, in this presentation, we are handling DigiTrader and online, which handles individual, joint accounts subject to approval, internal accounts, corporate accounts subject to approval, and junior accounts. These ones you get straight because we want your kid to be able to invest. Now, I want to go through the whole account opening process. So allow me to share my mobile screen. So for you to, and we are going through AIB DigiTrader, the app. So you go to Play Store, you go to search, you search for AIB DigiTrader. So you download AIB DigiTrader on Play Store or App Store. When you open, this is the screen you first get. There is that screen that is scrolling up. We'll be sharing market news on that screen that is scrolling up at the top. Then below that, you can either log in directly or sign up. Sign up is for a client who already have a CDSC account with the AIB and you want to link it up. Let's say you opened using manual form. As I said, for manual forms, you fill our KYC form. If you intend to open international stock trading, you also fill in the W8BN form and share the required KYC. After you receive your CDSC number, for you to access our digital platform, that is portal and online, our online portal and also app, you go to sign up. If you are completely new, you go to skip. Now on this screen, if you scroll down, there is open new trading account. So you click on open new trading account, then you click start now. Here you need to give your full KYC and make sure these details are correct because this is what we submit to the CDSC. The first thing you need is title. First name is mandatory. Everybody has a first name as per your ID. Remember, if your first name doesn't match what CDSC have, that is in your ID, and what CDSC have, you need to close that account, open a new one, transfer your shares. That's why it's very important you give correct names. So I'll use my name. Then other name, this if you have two names, you ignore other name, you go to surname. So you put your first name and surname if you have two names. If you have three or more names, apart from your surname, the other two or one or two names, there are people who have more than two names. So you have your first name, surname, and the other two names, let's say Peter Chege Mogo, or Peter Chege Minor Mogo. So Chege and Minor should go another name. Like me, I have only 3 names, so I'll put my second name. Then below that, we have surname, as it is in your ID. Remember these details we are validating with IPRS. Then you give your exact date of birth. For mine, I'll just put a dummy details for the demo. Then nationality. If you are Kenyan, you just leave it as Kenyan. Then you give your email address. For here, maybe let's just use a dummy email, but make sure it is the correct email. Dot. So make sure your email is correct. Very important is my mobile number here. We always advise you give your M-Pesa registered number. And when you go to the next screen, you'll understand why. So 0712. So I'm just using dummy details, but make sure it is the correct number. And this number is registered under the same ID and the name we gave up there. Then you have 2 options, either to use a national ID or passport. If you have both, please use national ID, because your national ID will never change, your ID number. Let me just give some domain number here. But make sure these numbers are correct. So that's fine. If you have an account with another broker and you're moving from that broker to AIB, you just click yes, then you give the existing CDSC number. If possible, put the leading zeros, the zeros, then the number. If you don't remember the zeros, just give the number. If you are new client, just click no. If you have been referred by a friend, it's always good to promote them. Just click on referral code, put the referral code they sent to you. If they have shared a referral link, please click on the link. It defaults to that referral code. We'll come to that when you are doing the referral module and you understand why it's important. As noted there, the details are verified by IPRS. For mine, I've disabled IPRS for this demo. Ignore client type, ignore tax bracket. Tax bracket, it's not the tax that you pay for capital gains. It is the withholding tax on dividend. And you don't need to worry about that. As you come to dividend, it is deducted at the source. That is, the registrar deducts it before they pay you. So you don't need to declare it when declaring your tax at the end of the year. Then you select gender, the town you are in, then postal code. Please put the correct postal code depending on your postal address. Then state or county. So here, let me just put some dummy details so that we quickly go through it. Then country of your residence, then the residence. Now here is very important, address 1. If you intend to get a check as the dividend, put PO box in full. However, if you don't have a PO box, you just put town, like Nairobi. I won't put full details. Then address 2, address 3, just ignore them, they are optional. You click next. As I said in the last screen, there are various dividend disposal. If you selected check, make sure you give full PO box, because that's where registrar we said dividend check to. However, you have an option to be paid via bank. Put bank details. That is your bank, your branch, and account number. And make sure these are correct details as they are in your bank. You can always refer to your ATM card. If you intend to receive via M-Pesa, remember the number that I said in the screen. Make sure it is registered to your name and ID. Then you click next. Here you are required to choose username. Let me just put a dummy username. Make sure you get that green pop-up that the username is available. If it's not available, just change to a different username. Then you put a PIN for this demo. I'm not opening an account, so don't be worried. You can use that. Then you confirm. It is a numeric PIN. It's numeric PIN. Then you click next. The next screen is where you attach documents. As I said, if you intend to invest in international markets, make sure you attach what is required here, please. That is your national ID. You attach it as the first item. KRA PIN. Signature is optional because that will get from IPRS, but make sure you also attach photo. In addition to that, once you receive your CDSC number, say that's the W8BN form on email, just go to our website. I'll show you under global markets, there's a specific email where you need to send your details. Then scroll down on terms and conditions at the bottom and click agree. Then you click create account. That application will be sent to us and it will be validated. In my case, it will be rejected because I've given dummy details. So that's how you open a CDSC account. It will only take a few seconds. I hope that is clear on account opening. If you don't have account and you're on this call, remember to just go and open that account. It will be received, we'll validate. There is no manual forms you need to send to AIB unless you want to invest in international markets, where now you need to fill in, if you have opened the account the way I've done, you only need to fill in our account opening form, make sure the details are correct, fill in the W8BN form, make sure details are correct, submit to us, we update your account. We don't change it from automatic account opening. Why? As I said, eKYC account, the charge is 200 per annum. Manual forms is 1,000. Updating account doesn't change your account. You just pay 200. It's a secret I'm giving to you. Now there is a question: if you want to change payment mode, you only need to fill our account opening form. You can find it at the downloads. You can find it at the global markets. The same form. Just fill in. Let us know. There is also CDSC one form which you need to fill in so that we can update your account in CDSC. Then there is that email that is shared by our customer care manager, Veronica. Just said your details there. Hopefully that is clear. Where when I try to sign up, it says details available don't mean verification. It means either your national ID that you're sending, email, or CDSC number is wrong, or you don't have an account with us and you're trying to sign up. So in that case, if you don't have an account with us, even if you have an account with another broker, just click skip, go to open new trading account. However, if you already have an account with us, it means either you already have an existing account which is registered on DigiTrader, or the details that you're giving, either the email or the CDSC number or ID number, doesn't match what we have. Just send email to feedback, or there are some numbers Veronica will share on the chat which you can call. Can one convert individual CDS to a company? No, those are two different. Because for a company account, we need company registration. It is a unique identifier. But for directors, then we need ID numbers. For individual, as you have seen what we require, ID or passport. You can't convert. Even for junior, you can't convert. It's only when the kid reaches 18 years, they can convert now that to a normal account. Process of deactivating a dormant account, just send your CDSC number to feedback@aibAccessAfrica.com, or you fill in, just go to Global Markets menu, just download the account opening form, just fill it, send to us, and attach the required documents. We'll activate. It is just very simple. Then the account that is dormant, it is not CDS. The reason why you need to open a junior account, you need to train your kids on investment. Something that I didn't talk about, beneficiaries. When you open these accounts, the shares, as I said, they are held by CDSC. For those who are raising hand, please put either on Q&A or chat. Again, I go back to beneficiaries. When we pass on, we need that investment to go to the intended beneficiary. Never leave your kids to fight for your investments. Always appoint them as beneficiary. Though for AIB, for us to transfer shares from your account to beneficiary, we need court letters on succession. Always make sure your kids know where your investments are. Always introduce them to CDSE, because that's where they can go and see everything you have invested in. If they go with your ID number, CDSE will give them your valuation and the brokers you have. So it makes easier for them to even take over your shares. And as advice, when we reach retirement, like me, when I got to retirement, I will immediately share my wealth with my kids. That is, I transfer my shares as gift to my kids so that they don't need to go through that hassle of deciding who gets what, going to the court to get those court papers. So it makes it easier to transfer your wealth to your kids. So the way the capital markets work, as I said in the first presentation, in the first screen, let's go to that screen, we have the regulator. As long as the regulator is in operation, nothing happens to your shares. CMA are the final say. As long as CDSE are in operation, your shares can't go anywhere. They are the ones who have your shares. If broker AIB goes down, you only need to go to CDSE. Tell them transfer my shares now to another broker. They only switch. It's actually a minute thing. And you continue trading as if the AIB never operated. And when the AIB goes down, the regulator CMA will always send that notification, either on their social media, or it will be done as a media press, a press release on media. Anything you see on CMA is the final. Any other noise out there, ignore it. CMA are the final. If they say IB is going down, now at that time you can transfer your shares. If they say company X is delisting from NSE, that time you can move. But any other noise out there, ignore. CMA are the regulator. If you have any issue with a broker, CMA, they will deal with a broker. The CMA knows how to deal with the brokers, including penalties, which are not easy for brokers to pick up. CDSE, they hold your shares. NSE, they only provide trading platform. You don't need to worry about NSE and broker. If NSE is going down, it means there is no trading. So CMA, CDSE, NSE are the only party you need to be worried about. Broker and settlement bank, don't be worried. Your shares at CDSE is just a simple move. If the settlement goes down, broker will just move money to another settlement bank. The other party you need to be worried about is the listed company when they delist. And CMA will always give you that information. Registrar, company will only need to appoint a new registrar. Hope that is clear. Now go to the next part. You have opened account, you have received your CDSE number. As the AIB, for manual forms, account is activated immediately. You only need to fund and continue trading. However, if you don't trade with a manual account, it will go dormant the following day, because we don't want to have so many accounts that have been opened and they are not trading. For digital accounts, it comes as a pre-activated account. When you log in the first time, it will tell you to deposit minimum 3,000. That is not a charge. It's money that you put in and you start trading with the same amount. It's only that we have put that amount to make sure all accounts that are being opened at AIB, they're intended for trading. So once you put 3,000, it only takes a matter of 2 hours. It is activated and you can start trading. From there, you can put any amount. If you feel you want to put 100, Bob, put. If you want to put 1 million, put. But remember, for eKYC, you are tied to M-Pesa limits, because you're sending from M-Pesa. We'll go to that when we go back to the app. So what options do you have at AIB? One of them is M-Pesa pay bill. Veronica will put it on the chat. It's 548800. That is the pay bill number you use. 548800. 8800. Then account number is your CDSC number without the leading zeros. Then you put the amount that you want to invest. How do you determine that amount? Will come in the next screen. Today we said it is practicals real time. Then you have bank transfers. Bank transfers, you either have EFT, which is a 2-day payment. So you go to your bank, transfer to your bank details. Where do you get that bank details? Still on the app. We have put everything on the app and portal. For us, we have given you everything. And the turnaround time for EFT is 2 days. That is bank timelines. So when you transfer from your bank, expect us to receive your money the following day. RTGS is the same day payment. So if you transfer from your bank to us through your RTGS, we receive your money the same day, as long as you're within bank timelines. Always ask your bank, what are the timelines for sending to AIB? You can do mobile banking, that is real time. You're transferring from your account to our account. Always in the reference, put your CDSC number. Or you do a check. I would advise don't do a check because it takes at least 2 days to clear. So do RTGS, EFT, or mobile banking. If you can do RTGS, the best. The only difference between RTGS and EFT is bank charges. RTGS is 500, EFT, I think it's 50. But always check with your bank. But don't look at that. You'll always recover your money through capital gains and dividend. We'll come to that, how you make money in AIB. We said today, we are doing things practical. AIB, we don't hide anything. We want you to trade and make money. So now you have done your bank transfer. What is the next step? You need to send us that confirmation. If you have not put your CDSC number or ID number on your transfer form or on your mobile banking, always send us email on feedback with that confirmation. Our customer care team will validate with finance and your account is credited. And you can also send directly from the app. We will go to how you can contact us on the app. So allocation guidelines, make sure you give correct difference details, as I said, your CDSC number or ID number. That makes it simple. But for M-Pesa, it is strictly CDSC number. Why? It is fully automated. For those who have done STK push on the app, within a second it is reflected. If you said from your M-Pesa app or through SIM Toolkit, that is the app on your phone for M-Pesa, or you use *334# then you select the pay bill option. Account number is your CDSA number. All those are real time. So M-Pesa payment to your account is real time. So that comes to further reflection. M-Pesa is real time. Bank, subject to you putting correct details and sending bank confirmation. Let's go to the app and see that in action. So let me stop sharing. Let me also stop sharing on CMA side. Let me share screen. And if you have any question, please put on the chat. If you have a friend whom you'd like to join, please share the invites. We still have some time up to 2:30. We'll also extend if they are still available. If on Q&A, be sure we'll extend our timeline. It's not limited to 2:30. We'll cover all questions. And on CMA side, if you have a chat enabled on your side, please put any question you have. Today, things it's real time. Let me confirm on CMA side. I think I have a screen on my side which I can confirm. For AIB side, please confirm you can see my screen. Confirm you can see my screen, and please put all questions on the chat. Just say yes. Okay. Let me put a few. Let me see if there is any question. I didn't get the number. You are so fast. Sorry for that. 0711 047 000. It's there on our website. If that is engaged, where there is 000, just put 132, 133, 112, and there is also 121, 120. All those are our numbers. Huh? There is also 101. Huh? So don't be stuck with any question. Huh? I just started investing and noticed my investment value in the net loss. It's more than current value. Should I be worried? VM, don't be worried. I'm logging into my screen. Tumesema leo everything is real time. What if the child is minor? Of course, the child is minor below 18. Huh? You only need their birth certificate, even if it is a newborn. As long as you have birth certificates, you can open with them. Huh? So the way it would work, Simon, you open first your individual account, also your wife individual account. So those are two account investing. Huh? Then open your kids account. Huh? So for your main account, you can put 1,000. Your wife account, 1,000. Your kid, let's say 1,000. And you will build that portfolio slowly. Let's say every 1 week, 1,000. Every 1 month, 1,000. In AIB, we don't have the minimum that you can put, even 100, because there are shares that trade below 1 shilling. We'll see that when we come to this trading. So for us, we want you to build the wealth. For numbers, they've been put on the chart. Which bank do you hold account with? For NSE shares, it is Equity Bank. You will see it once I log in. I'm coming to funding. CDSC number similar to client code? No. CDSC number is the same as trading account number. Client code is internal AIB account code. Only holds the shares. The other question, how long does it take to get your account activated? If it is a new account, unless we have an issue with IPRS, it should be within 24 hours. But our team, they try to do it as they come in. Paybill number have been put there, 548800. But as I log in, both on app and portal, you see the shortcut. You don't need to even worry about that. I have never traded before. Is there a tutorial on how to trade? That's why we have here. Christine, just hold here. I'm taking you through even how you execute. We will execute a real trade. I will not execute out the platform. We will do a real trade. You'll see the notification, everything. Today we are doing real-time trading. Recently, I referred a colleague to open trading account with the AIB DigiTrader. Upon filling and submitting account, she realized she missed her email. How do you help her to get the account and refill functional email? Just tell her to call the number or send email to the email that is tied there. And remember to tell our team you referred her. Why? She needs to be tagged under your referral code. Just send the referral code back to her, just in case. Referral link. I'll come to the referral and how it works, so that she clicks on that and you're entitled to commission share for the trade she will do. Just before I log in, if you forget your password, you just go to forgot password. Forgot password, put your username, email address, submit. Real time you get your new PIN plus your username. If your account is locked, maybe you have tried wrong PIN 5 times, you just go to unlock my account, username, email, submit. No manual intervention on our side. You can do this even on weekend, even at night. You get automated email with your new PIN and username will be there. However, if you forget your username, send us email. We have not activated that because it is your investment. We don't want other people to activate your account. I hope that is clear. Username, send us email. Forgot password, if you have forgotten your PIN, but you have your username. Unlock my account, if your account is locked. I will come to referral screen. So let me skip this. I'll come to that. So when you log in, we went through funding. You got to where there is funds, the last option. You click on funds. There is a screen that shows available funds. This is the screen that is very important. If you want to withdraw or buy shares, always first go to funds. If you're on the portal, just go to the 3 bars, then you go to available funds. So we have seen how to fund accounts in the presentation. So on the app, you go to funds. On the portal, you go to the 3 bars, then available funds. Then we have available funds. Free balance is the amount that I can be paid with. So if you see free balance, that's the amount that you can withdraw. It means you have either sold shares or you have earned money through referral module and it is positive. So don't be worried. Who is it? Vincent. I'm a staff member. I've been given credit for this presentation. And I will explain why. As you can see, ledger balance is negative. I owe AIB. The reason is fund limit. I have a credit limit to trade. But you as the client, you notice fund limit is 30 bob or 0. So mine have a credit limit for training. I need to pay this amount, the 3,000. Even the trades that I will show you today, I'm willing to get hit, but for you to see how trading works. So free cash should be positive on your side. And that is the amount that you can request to withdraw. You get paid. Below that, we have deposit and withdraw. Allow me to explain the terms below, then we come to deposit and withdraw. So you have ledger balance. That is the cash amount that AIB has for you. So as I said, you deposit money, you buy shares, AIB uses that money to pay CDSC. So when you deposit, ledger balance is positive. When we pay CDSC, we debit this money, but credit you with portfolio. We'll come to that when we are trading. If you have requested to be paid and that payment have not been processed, it goes to paid in payment. Like you can see 1 bob, but it cannot be paid because M-Pesa and bank cannot pay. This was a demo I was doing in the previous trainings. If you have put an order and it has not executed, it will come to this when you are placing orders, it will be blocked there. Then we have fund limit. It's a loan that have been given for this training. Then trading space is the net between all these. Why? Ledger balance is the cash you have. You may have requested a payment in an order that was not executed. Remember, we will pay you and pay for that order. So we need to debit it from your ledger balance. So trading space is net of all these, and it is amount that you can use to buy shares. So before you buy shares, always go to fund, trading space, check the amount you have on trading space. It is one source of errors you get. When you get collateral shortfall, it means your trading space cannot fund your order. We'll come to that when you are doing order. So now to deposits, you click deposit. We have mobile money. You only need to put CDSC number. And please, don't use this CDSC number. It's my account. You deposit in my account. Then you put the mobile number that you want to pay with. Then you put the amount, like let's say it's 100. You want to see whether you can deposit that 100. Let me put the number. So make sure the number is valid without the zeros. Then here, I just need 100, then deposit. So you wait for that to be initiated, and the next thing you get is that. If I put my M-Pesa PIN, I don't want to deposit right now. So once you deposit, you can go to view deposit history. You see everything you have deposited. And your available balance now will increase. If I go to the screen 4, let me go to dashboard. If I go to funds, now my cash balance should change. Now let's go back. We go to funds, deposit. You want to deposit through bank. Just click on bank transfer. There you have our bank details. If you're doing mobile banking, copy our account, and CDSC number. And once you transfer via bank, make sure you set as SRIP. You can set that confirmation from the 3 bars. This is only on mobile. You go to get in touch. We have your number, our number there. You just go to subject, you say deposit. Don't write so many stories, deposit. Then where there is enter query, add the message you received from the bank, either via email or SMS, then you click send. Let me just type test, then click send. It is successful. And our account manager, about that email that he receives, I've already received that email. Hope that is clear. That is on deposit and funds. And we are done with that screen. We'll come to withdraw when I go through selling shares and how you withdraw. Let me check whether there is any question. So for deposits, it's first because you are doing it from your end. Withdrawals, they are subject to confirmation. Well, we are still with the deposit funds. Can you explain the clause in your T&Cs? Is authorized to invest current funds that have been dormant in their account. Let me clarify this for once. AIB is not debiting any money from your account at all. In the previous session on Friday, I explained this. There is a team that did media campaign on AIB terms and conditions and said it's idle funds. In AIB, we don't have anything called idle funds. It runs funds. I want to clarify that today. And apologies on their behalf. Even if you are not affiliated with them, there is nothing called grant idle funds. It is your hard-earned money, even if it is 50 bob. That 50 bob can buy 5 shares of a counter that is costing 10 bob. Then you can earn dividend with that share, irrespective. If you are to buy Safaricom, you can buy with that 50 bob. I think you can buy either 1 share or 2 shares, and you are eligible for dividend. So there is nothing called idle funds. Dormant funds are funds that you have not utilized for the last 1 year. And it is not dormant funds again. We don't debit your account. What we do is the funds that are in our bank that we put on other investment. Then when we earn interest, we credit on your account. But don't be worried about that. It's very small, unless you have 1 million in your account. And I don't see the reason why you can leave 1 million. If it is below that, never be worried. It is your money. We can't debit. Even if you log into your account, even after 10 years, your funds will still be intact. Why? As I said in the first screen, let me go to that screen. And for those who are on CMA side, please DM them and tell them AIB have said they are doing good work for you. CMA is the regulator. Broker can't go outside the CMA regulations, which says what? You can only utilize grant funds for their instructions. If it is buying shares, we can only buy shares of those funds. And when we buy, we debit your account. There is no other rule that allows broker to debit your funds, irrespective of which broker. CMA, NSE, and CDSC, they usually do regular inspections. And if they find us, we have debited your account without your authority, be sure AIB will be penalized. So don't be worried about investment. It's the fact that you have left to invest. We share the interest with you. But don't be worried. Even if you come back to the market, you still use that money to buy shares. It's your money. And as I said, apologies. What is settling balance? Is it on the app? Cyrus, is it on the app? I can't see anything called settling balance. Maybe you can clarify where it is so that I quickly go through it. I forgot to upload my document when registering. You don't need it. If it is a digital account, unless you want to invest in international funds. Don't be worried. Is there another way to upload? Just send them via email, just fill in and sign, but nothing changes. It will still be electronic account. You pay the normal 200 bob annual maintenance fee, nothing else. If you want to send forms, just send via the email. Veronica will just put the email again. Withdrawals are relaying. Withdrawals, it depends. If you are withdrawing via M-Pesa and you put EFT, because that's what most clients have been doing. Even as we won't be able to pay you, because the EFT we know either you have made a mistake, because most of them we know the term is RTGS. If it is M-Pesa, you should be paid very early in the morning or within the day. We are on pricing trade. You have added your account, you want to buy shares. What do you need? You have putting your money in, you want to place trade. First of all, you need to know two things. Are you a short-term trader? Short-term means you are buying and selling. You have already fixed the time. I'll buy today and sell tomorrow. That's a speculator. Or you are buying long-term. That is, I'm buying for my future, either retirement or to pass it to my beneficiaries. Those two terms have a difference in how you place your trade. For short term, it could be a day trader. That is, you buy and sell shares the same day. We'll come to intraday trading. Or you're buying delivery, but you have said, I'll buy today, then if next week KPLC shares goes up, I'll sell. For long term, you have not fixed the time you want to sell. So you'll go through the dashboard. I will show you everything. Then I will show you how to select stocks. That is the NSE listed stock. So when you're trading on DigiTrader, for now, you have all shares that are listed at NSE. Anything that is listed at NSE, both shares and ETFs. And also corporate bonds. If they are listed on an NSE trading platform, you find them on DigiTrader. If it is international stocks, we have a separate platform. Just go to Global Markets menu on our website. You'll see how you can place trades on it now. But we are bringing it to DigiTrader for fractional shares. I'm working on it with my team, product and innovations team. Then we'll go to understanding and using market depth is the most important screen, both on portal and also on app. Market depth determines whether the trade will execute. I saw the question, why my trades don't execute? This will answer your questions. We'll go to bid and ask. We'll go in layman with an example that you know, either supermarket, how you queue, or bus, when you're boarding bus to come to office or to go home. I'll use this that as an analogy so that you understand market depth. Then setting preferred buying and selling price. We'll come to that, and you'll see real-time execution and pending orders. Let's go to the next screen. I will explain these market orders, limit orders, and day orders. So let me stop sharing this. We go to the app. So now the screen that you can see there when you log in is a dashboard. It has the first part where there is invested value and current value. Invested value is the amount you have used to buy shares. It's not your current balance. When you buy shares, there is that amount you pay, both for buying shares and commissions and levies. It's what we are calling invested values. It includes costs. Invested value is the final cost that you incur to buy all your shares. Now, current value is the value of your shares if you are to sell today. But remember, you have not sold, so it doesn't include costs. Why? We have had this question, most of the clients asking, why is my portfolio valuation, the average price is not the price that I bought shares? That price includes cost. I hope that is clear. We'll come to portfolio valuation. when I'm going through the portfolio valuation. So invested value includes cost. So this is the cost I incur to buy my shares. Current value is what I would get if I was to sell, but I need to factor costs. Net gains is the profit or loss that I've made, but remember I've not sold. So this profit will continue changing. Now, in the last Friday's training, I said there is a difference between NSE trading and Forex, CFDs, and international stock trading physical shares. So international stock trading physical shares and NSE shares, the net gains or loss is not the actual loss you have got unless you sell. However, in Forex, it is the real loss you are realizing. So that is the difference. For those people who are used to Forex, Forex is actual loss. In NSE, it's not actual because you have not sold. In international stocks, physical shares, you have not lost because you have not sold. And this profit will keep on changing based on the market prices, the way market are moving. Yeah? So never panic. I saw a question asking, I've made loss. Should I panic? No, never, never, never. Remember KUPLC one time, I don't think it is a long time, it was trading below 1 bob. Right now it is just, you'll see in the app, it's trading above 5 bob. So if you panicked because you have made loss, you'd have sold at a loss, yes, that counter would have moved up and you make gains. Huh? But remember the gains and losses that are displayed on the app, you only realize when you do the actual trade. If you have not done the actual trade, there is no loss you are making. Huh? There is no actual loss that you are making. Below that, you have gainers, movers, and losers. Huh? So gainers is in terms of price. Huh? The ones that have appreciated in price. Losers is in terms of price that have gone down. Movers is in terms of volumes. Huh? The shares that are trading in high volumes. Huh? So you know that it doesn't affect your trading. Huh? So we got to watch lists. So there's that pop-up. If you want to add any security that is missing, it tells you what to do. If you want to buy or sell, swipe left, swipe right. But for me, never do that. Huh? Why? You need the prices. Huh? You need the prices. And that's where we are going next. The screen that you can see there are the stocks that are listed. There is Fahari iRates, for those who have been asking. There is gold. This is, I think, Absa gold. Scroll down, and there are different prices. You see what I said? You can even put 100. Eh? Look at Kenyari. It's 180 times 100. That's around 180 bob. Then you factor cost. If we scroll up, Fahari iRates 0.7. Eveready, that price. These are called penny stocks. We'll come to that, why they are called penny stocks. And they are growth stocks in NSE. So you can see everything that you need. Anything that is listed here is trading at NSE. So on this screen, you have the security. Last price is the last price that executed. The last execution that happened, that price that executed. Whole market. This is not at NSE, it's AIB. It's whole market. Remember, you're trading in the whole NSE market. Then we have change, is the movement in price. Then high is the highest price that I've executed so far. Low is the lowest price that I've executed so far. Now, if you want to trade, don't rely on these prices you can see here. You need to go the next step. That's why I said, don't swipe right, because it takes you directly to the order entry screen. Let me go back. If you're selling, don't swipe left. You already don't know the demand and supply. Your order may be queued forever. So what do you need to do next? Let's go to a counter that I like buying most. Link, let me see. Usually prefer CIC, Kenyari, KPLC for demos. As you can see, my trading space is a bit low. CIC is going down. me first check portfolio, which I have gained. I can buy Kenya Re. Let me go back to watch list. I'll buy shares that I will keep. It's not just for demo. I'm doing active trading. So let's go to Kenya Re. I want to buy Kenya Re. So this is the most important screen. It's called market depth. It gives you the counter at the top and its full name, and the last price that executed. After clicking sell, I'll come to that more in. I'm actually tracing a real trade. A real trade. So I'm explaining everything in details today. We'll do an actual trade that will execute on my account. So on market depth, you have one side, you have bids, and you have ask on one side. So what does that mean on bid and ask? Let's go to the next screen. I'll come to that. We have seen there is market and limit orders. There is delivery and intraday. I want to go to the presentation. I explain everything. Then we come to the app. We go now the actual trading. We explain terminologies. We come and show them on the platform. Let me share that presentation, both sides. So now we have gone through pricing orders. We have different types of orders. One of them is market order. Market order executes immediately at this price. So what you are doing with market order, we are telling the system, go to the market, pick any available price, and execute my trade. So whether if there is supply or demand, if you're buying, if there is supply, you get. If you're selling, if there is demand, it will execute immediately. We'll come to the app and show you. Limit orders is different from market order. Here you are specifying your own price. You are saying, go to the market and execute at this specific price. And this price, you pick it from a market depth. It's only executed when matched. I'll explain that on the app. Then you have day order that is only valid for that day, trading day. And this is different from intraday. There is also GTD, good till date, where you are saying, put my order for this period of days. And that comes under limit orders. Because limit orders, you have put a price. You are not guaranteed of execution. So you can give your order for a certain number of days. Then we'll come to intraday and delivery. Let me see if there is something I need to explain. Now let's go back to the app. So we are in the market depth. First, before you trade, make sure at the top where there is the name, there is on the green icon, it says open. So you have 3 sessions. We have open, closed, and pre-open. Open is between 9:30 to 3 p.m. Any order you submit goes straight to NSE. So this order does not come to us. You see, the same way we did with M-Pesa, you see real-time execution. I'll come to T+3, don't worry. The next market status is from 3 to the following working day. And I repeat, working day, 9 a.m. That time is closed. It's not your account which is closed, it is the market. So if you see closed at the top, it is the market which is closed, and it is red. Now, between 9 and 9:30, that session is called pre-open. Pre-open is where you can submit just limit orders. Then, that time there is no execution. NSE accepts limit orders with prices. Exactly 9:30 is called auction. That is the first time the orders execute and determines the opening price. So the opening price are determined at auction. It's exactly 9:30. Then from 9:30 all the way to 3 p.m. real-time executions. From there you can put order lots and any other order, including market orders. So we got to watch list. I hope I've explained that. We will come to notifications. So we go back to watch list. Let me use Kenya Re. Don't want to incur huge cost. Again, it has gone down. So these are secrets. Counters which have gone down, you can buy. Then when they go up, you sell. So we go to Kenya Re. So you tap on it, it gives you market depth. This is the screen you need when executing the trade. Now let me explain in simple terms what bids and ask mean. Let's take a good example. You want to buy a trouser from a hawker outside. The hawker have his price and you have your price. You want to buy, the hawker want to sell. Hawker says, I will sell this trouser at 200. You want to buy 100. If you don't agree on a price, he won't sell that trouser to you. What if somebody else comes in and says, I have 200? The hawker will give that trouser to the person who have 200. You will wait until that same hawker or another hawker gets the trouser for 100. As an alternative, you can decide, I will wait for the whole day before I get this trouser. Let me match his price, 200. He'll give you that trouser. On the other side, the hawker may decide, I will stay with this trouser. I need this 200 for my fare. Let me go down 100 bob. He'll give you that trouser and you buy. It's the same screen you can see here. Bids are the people who want to buy. Ask the people who want to sell. So demand on one side, supply on one side. This market is moved by demand and supply. This market is moved by demand and supply. So you place your orders at different prices, but within the 10% rule. We'll come to order entry screen and see that. Within 10% rule. Why? Because if that rule is not put in CMA regulations, you can put in a price, and that has a potential of moving the market down, putting sellers at a disadvantage, or moving the market very high in prices that are buyers at a risk. So that's where the regulations comes in, where CMA play a very great role. So now you want to buy. What options do you have? The same thing we said with the trouser. You either buy at 184 and you have 74,000 shares on offer. So if you need 100, already the supply is way too high. You'll be able to get that order. So if you put your order, say 1,000 at 1.84, there is already supply, it will execute. However, as I said, 180, 179, 178, 177, you have to wait for supply to go down in price. But can that happen? Remember, these are people who need money. It can only happen when you place a market order. Remember what I said in the previous presentation? Screen. Market order says, go and buy for me at the price that is there. Or if you're selling, go and sell at the prevailing price. So if you're buying at market, it will execute at 184 because there is supply. But again, market order also checks the quantity. If you put 1 million shares to buy at market, it will clear everything you can see on ask. Because what did you say? Go and buy anything in the market. So it will buy 74 at 184, 76, 185, 300,000, 186, 104 at 1.8. If it can't fill that order is expired. So market orders, if they are not filled, they expire. So that is the downside of market orders. But you'll come to something called market to limit. If you're selling, however, and you put 10,000 shares to sell, you have an option to put at 180, it will execute because there is already demand of 869,900 shares. That is demand. However, again, if you put 1 million shares to sell at market, it will clear the first 869,000, then come to the next queue, 786. It will pick part of that to fill your order. So it will not clear everything. So your order will be filled, but at different prices. So that is the downside of market order. It clears everything. The balance, if it can't be filled by what is available, it will just be cancelled. Remember, you can click view more
and there are more orders down. Huh? So you notice, if you put 1 million, to be clear everything, including what you can see at 1.89 if you're buying. Huh? If you put 10 million to buy at market, it will clear everything, balance is expired. Huh? So let me click view rest so that we can see that screen. I hope now the analogy for market depth is clear. This is the most important screen. Now, we go back to that screen. Below that, you have open, that is the price the counter opened. Now, remember I said auction. Huh? That's the price that was executed. The first execution is that price. Huh? Then the highest it has executed up to now. Then we have close is the previous day's closing price. Huh? Low is the lowest it has executed today. RTT, remember in the previous screen, let's go to it. There is the last price. Huh? That last price executed is at RTT. That's the last time this counter traded. Huh? So you can see the last time a counter traded, and you can tell whether it is actively trading today. And you have the charts below. Ignore these charts. For NSE, you don't need to be worried the charts. Huh? If you're used to Forex, I know there's that expanding that chart so that you can see the last few minutes. For NSE, you only need to see the performance of that counter for the last few, maybe months, few years, to see the performance, the highest it has ever gone, the lowest, just to determine if the current price is the highest, then you know that counter is highest trading. If it is the lowest, you know that is the lowest moment it has ever gone, and there is a potential of going up. Huh? So that's the purpose of this chart. But for NSE, you don't need to be worried about this chart. For Forex, you need to be worried because you need to see even the last few seconds. Huh? Forex is different from NSE. So we go back to our screen. You have said if you are buying, match ask price, you get execution. If you don't want to execute at a higher price, 184, you need, let's say, 180. You can place that order but give a validity date. And that explains the question that is here. How long can a limit order last? It is you to determine how long. And the supply in the market, whether it's able to meet your price. So your order will last for the period of the number of days you have put. If it doesn't execute at the day you have put to expire, it will expire, or you can cancel in between. So now I want to buy some shares. So we click buy. I want to execute a trade immediately, a market trade, a limit trade. Then we see a pending order. So let me just pick these prices. So for market, I don't need a price. It will execute at 184. Then for immediate execution, I'll execute at 184, 100 shares. Then we put another one at 180. So 180 will be a pending order. 184 will be a limit order that executes. Then market is an immediate trade. So I hope you get that. 184, limit order, direct execution. Market order, straight execution. 180 is a pending order, which I will show you how to amend and cancel. So that will cover everything you need to know on orders. So let me just confirm something. Okay, let's proceed with the trade. So we got to buy. I want to explain this screen, then we execute our trade. At the top, we have the security. That is the counter you are buying, and make sure the name is there. Then we have instrument type. We have normal and odd lots. ODD is odd lots. Normal is where you buy in multiples of 100. Lot size quantity, you can say it's 100. ODD is where you can buy one share to 99. So ODD is less than 100. Normal lot size is 100. What if you want to buy 150 shares? 1 shares, 1 or 2. You split it into 2. Normal 100, 2 or 50 shares under ODD. Why do you need to buy ODD? There was that question of dormant funds. You don't want your funds to be just seated there. They are not earning you anything. In small amounts, even if they are giving you that return on investment for your dormant funds, it's very small. It will be 0.0 something shillings. It's not worth it. Buy the odd lot. Huh? 1 share, 10 share. There are shares, let's go back to market depth. There are shares that trade above 100. There is Stanbic, Stanchart, you can see 288. Let's scroll down. WTK 205, and they give good dividend. You can put your 500 and buy 2 shares. 500 buy 2 shares. Those 2 shares you are buying every day, they accumulate to 100 and they are converted. Remember, on our side, we don't treat your portfolio per trade. It's total. So you will accumulate to 100 shares, which you can sell in normal lot as 100. And you will run dividend. Yes, you can buy less than 100 shares under ODD. So I hope normal and ODD is clear. Normal, multiples of 100. ODD, 1 share to 99. Quantity is the number of shares you want to buy. So me, I want to buy 100. Then remit. So I want to execute the first order for limit 184. So as I explained, we have limit where you quote a price. Market, you don't quote a price because you're saying just go and execute at any price. Then we have validity, where we have day. It's just a day order. It will just be valid for the date shown there. GTD, you are saying, put my order up to say 20th. It either executes or it's pending for that period until it expires, or I can modify in between or cancel. In my case, it is a day because I'm matching the price. Then the price is 184. Then the date you don't need. I'll come to delivery and intraday. For now, I want to execute it at delivery. So I click buy. You have the charges. AIB discloses all the charges. Then the price you can see here is the price trading at NSE. It doesn't have, for those who are in international markets or Forex, there's something called spread. The cost that is a hidden cost that is added on the price. In NSE and even international markets, AIB have opted for commissions. We are straightforward what we are charging. So the price you see there is the actual price. So you have your order value, brokerage. If you are trading on DigiTrader and online, it's 1.3. So we have reduced it from the market charge, which is around 1.6. So ours is 1.3 if you have registered for DigiTrader. Statutory charges, CMA, NSE, CDSC reverse. Then there is Investor Protection Fund. That fund is kept there by CMA in case there is a loss on your shares, maybe the counter or there is an issue with that counter and it has delisted completely and you need to be refunded. They use that part money, but I've never seen that happen. Then net consideration as a buyer is what you pay. As a seller is what you receive. So, and this net consideration for the buyer should be equal or less your trading space. Remember the first screen that I showed you for trading space. For the seller, it doesn't matter. It is money you are getting in and it will reflect in the available funds immediately on execution. I'll do a safe trade. So I click buy. My order is successfully submitted. Is it there in the NSE? 100 shares. As you can see, we have 54,000. So let's go back. We go to notification. That's where the notification comes in. You can see a 2 there on the top. Since I'm logged in on the app, I will not get push notification. You see where there is time and icon for charging and network. If my app was offline, I've not opened, I'll get that notification. But now I'm logged in, I'll not get that. So if you go to a 2, you can see 2 notifications. One of them is order submission. that order, my order have been received. And the second one is trade confirmation. Already that trade have executed. You match the price on the seller side as a buyer, immediate execution. Immediate update on your statement and portfolio. We got to the second trade where I'm placing a market order. This time, so that you don't say ni kifuga macho, let's do another trade from CIC. And this time, let me see, there's a counter. I don't want to sell Kenyari. Let me sell Kenyari. Let me sell Kenyari so that we don't say I'm just doing a buy trade. For Kenyari, I'm doing a market order to sell 100. It will execute at, I'm selling at 182. What I said, as a seller, if I put market order, I'm picking any price that is on buy side. So we are selling, it's normal, 100. Then it is market. I leave the others the way they are, submit. So market order, it doesn't allow you to change GTD because it will execute anyway. Again, charges, net consideration is less all the charges. So it is net of what I receive. Confirm the trade. So it's being submitted. I'm not signed out. So it has gone through. So we go back. I wish we took note of bid quantity because it should have gone down with 100. But once we put a limit order at a lower price, you see that price. Again, order submission, trade confirmation. Let's confirm whether that is there. Maybe Peter is giving me stories or we are in demo platform. Let's go to my portfolio. I have sold my Kenyari, it's not updated. I also bought CIC. Let's first go to statements. You see, Kenyari is already purchased. So if I go to my Kenyari, you can see there is a purchase of Kenyari. If I go to portfolio valuation, Kenyari should have reflected 300. Initially, I had 200. Then there is a transaction I've done. Let me check. It has not reflected, not yet. It's being validated. Let's go to orders. There is no order. Pending order. So we go to all orders, fully traded. So Kenyari, I sold 100 and I bought Kenyari. So it is the same counter. So there is no movement, unfortunately, because I bought and sold. Now, when you come to delivery and intraday, I have not done intraday here. I had shares. I sold what I had and I bought with the money I had in the account. So when I'm explaining intraday, this should not confuse you. So we go back. I want to place another order for Kenyari. Let's see a counter that doesn't have. I would love to show you the notification, but it will happen outside the app. When I move out of the app, let me see if it is high. Okay, let me buy 100 shares of NSE around 830. It will be a pending order. Okay, let's put it 8. Then we are made to 830. So I'm buying 100 at 8 bob. So we submit. So the quantity there should go to 200. It was 100, and you have seen it is real time. This is at NSE. If you have account with another broker, just log in their platform and confirm that NSE shares bid is 200. So now if we go to screen for funds, you can see there is a pending order. Ledger balance up there is not affected. That is the cash I should have, but my data I need to pay. Pending order blocks some amount so that you can't use. but it doesn't debit anything. You're not debited. If we go to statement, that 661 is what I should have as balance. It's 34. Yeah, it has already updated Kenyari. Let's go back to funds. Let me go back to the app. Funds. Actually, it has gone up. Let's see. There is a trade that has not updated. So you go to available funds. Oh, that is free cash. Sorry, it's that 482. That's what I have in the statement. That 482, yes. You have noted the ledger balance is what I have in my account. But there is a pending order of 807. I cannot withdraw this money or use it to buy more shares. Trading space is the amount that I can use to buy shares. That's why I said use trading space to determine the amount you can use to buy shares. Now, there is settled balance. Settled balance is the free cash I can request to be paid. Remember, I sold some shares, but when I'm requesting, there is amount that has not fully settled. We have a repayment. We'll come to that shortly. Then we have future settlements. This is a sale that I have done that will settle in T+3. There's a question that I saw on T+3. I'll come to that. So this amount will be removed here on the third day when settlement happens. So I'll come to that. So on the orders, I hope I have explained market depth. The other screens are just, apart from intraday and delivery, because that's what is remaining. The other screens I rush through. So let's go back to the presentation. So you have seen market orders. Just buy anything in the market as long as I have that money. Sell my shares at any price in the market as long as there is supply and have those shares. Limit, you are setting your own price and executed when matched. Remember, there is an order that you have left. Let me actually exit from the app so that when I'm logging in the next time, if it will have executed, hopefully, we'll see that notification. Push notification. Let me drop off the app. And I see, it's already there. You can see this notification at the top. That's what I call push notification. When on trade, you don't need to be on the app, but your phone, you get notification on trades. And when you click, you can actually be rerouted to the app. Should open the app. You open the app and you can see that notification. Let's go to dashboard and you can see that notification here. We'll come to how you make money, don't worry. So I hope when I'm coming to this, you will understand it, push notification. That's the unique feature for AIB, where you can place an order in the morning, you go and do your work during the day. When it executes, you get this notification. Just the way you get a notification for WhatsApp, messages, and the like. So day order, we have said it is valid for the day. So we go to the next screen, intraday and delivery trade. Intraday is where you can buy and sell the same day. I will come back to the app and explain. So the way it works, if you have shares in KPOC, according to the regulation, you can only, these are CMA regulations, you can only buy shares today and sell when they settle on the third day, T+3. So you can only sell on the fourth day. If you sell the shares today, AIB receives your money on the third day. However, your shares are debited the same day, and you have seen the credit is done the same day. So for intraday, it disregards this rule of trading. You can buy shares today and sell today. You can sell shares today for KPLC and buy same shares if you don't have. Remember, in my trade, I did for shares I have. I'll come to a real demo on how you do it. So intraday, buy and sell same day, disregards the trade rule of T+3, but settlement still remains T+3. For the sell side, you sell today and buy back. Now, the unique value of the AIB's app, when you sell today, you get your cash immediately. You can go back and buy any other counter or the same counter today. So intraday only blocks you for the buy side, not the sell side. Now, delivery is where it is tied to the CMA regulations. Where you buy today, you can only sell on T+3. Remember, this happens at 5 p.m., so you can only sell the following day, the fourth day. For the sell side, when you sell, by regulations, you're supposed to receive your money on third day, then you can use it on fourth day. But for AIB, we have gone ahead and given you immediate credit on sale to buy the shares same day. So intraday and delivery, the only difference is on buy side. Settlement cycle, when you buy and sell, we are tied to T+3. That is trade date, the day you have done trade, then you add 3 working days. On the third day, that's when your money moves from AIB to CDSE to pay the other broker. If you are buying, if you are selling, money moves from CDSE on the third day to AIB to actually pay you. But in terms of posting, when you buy, we debit same day, and we credit you shares the same day, but they are not balance free for delivery. If it is cash, we credit the same day immediately you execute your trade, but we can only pay you on fourth day. Why? We receive your money on the third day, 5 p.m. Office closed, so we can only pay on fourth day. However, AIB have something called early payment. I'm coming to that, where you can request to be paid early, actually on trade. So we go back to the app. We are doing intraday. I want to buy 100 shares, Uchumi, and sell the same day. We see kama it's possible. So we are buying, we'll buy at 0.29 to execute or market. So 100, if I put all these, it will execute. So it's 100. So always be careful with your trade. Already it has picked that price. Make sure it is intraday. Then I will explain the difference. There is a catch. There is somebody who asked whether they can make money. With intraday, if you are doing volumes, yes. My order is there, executed, fully traded. So submitted, let's see, another confirmation. And there is that notification at the top. Trade confirmation, we go to statements. Let me explain now the catch on intraday. We said there is a brokerage. Let's try to place an order so that I explain that in real time. We said V20 live. I don't want to explain something that you can't see. Let's just use AMCA. There's no, let's use ABSA, but I'm not executing trade. I'm just explaining. I can make mistake and execute 100. My account can execute all this delivery by. There is these charges. In delivery, we said you only buy today and sell on the third day, 5 p.m. Market is closed, so you can only sell on the fourth day. So if you sell on the fourth day, you are paying charges both sides. Your buy order, you are paying brokerage and statutory charges. Full NSE, CDSE, CMA, those are levies. Then there is investor protection fund, and there is stamp duty, which you don't need to worry. There's 2 bob for every 10,000 you use to buy shares, so that we should not be worried much. So on delivery, you are paying charges both sides. So I'll pay 450. Then when I'm selling, if I'm selling at similar price, I would say around 450. So ideally I would pay around 9 bob as my total cost for brokerage, and statutory charges 875 times 2. That is delivery. If I was to buy and sell. If I'm just buying, I'll only pay this cost. Now, intraday is different. We take on the brokerage side, commissions. We have two categories. We have one that is called first reg. First reg, muhu. First reg is the side, either buy side or sell side, that has a higher commission. So there's total buys you have done for the whole day. So we take total buys you have done for ABSA, not different counters. We are talking ABSA because it's the one I'm buying or selling intraday. Remember, for me, I did Uchumi. So for my Uchumi, if I do buys for Uchumi, AIB will take the total cost I've incurred for the total buys I've done for Uchumi. If it is the higher side, it is called first reg. If it is the second, if it is the lowest side in commission, it's called second reg. So again, the side with the higher commission, first reg. The side with the lower commission, and this is brokerage charges, is called second reg. So the side with the lower commission, that is second reg. In intraday, you don't pay brokerage, and in statutory charges, you don't pay NSE levies. Remember, delivery you're paying every day. In intraday, however, the lower side with commission, you don't pay brokerage and NSE levies. So here there are two ways you're making money. One, capital gains. You bought lower, you sold high. Or you sold high, bought your shares back lower. Remember, there is price difference. That's what is called capital gains. And there is no tax. I know there is a question that might come. I've explained capital gains, intraday, price movement. Then there is release, levies, and brokerage have not been charged on one side. So that's how you make money with the intraday. But make sure you are buying counters that are moving that day. However, if you place an intraday trade and you don't do a second trade for sale, you're not entitled for this commission. Remember, it has to check for first reg and second reg. You have to do counter trade. You buy and sell. That's what is called intraday. So if you put an intraday here and you don't sell, you're not qualified for commission rebate. So you only buy and the settlement remains T plus 3. But remember, intraday, CDSC system, transactions settle individually. So they will block both transactions. So in your portfolio valuation, you will find there is a discrepancy until the settlement. That is not AIB issue. It's not broker's unique issue. It is a CDSC because transactions on intraday settle individual. And you don't need to worry about that. On settlement, your position returns as it was. I hope intraday is clear. So now we have done delivery intraday. If there is any question, please put it on the chat. I will come through and answer all the questions you have. I don't want you to leave today with any question. I want you to trade on your own. And I'm starting a blog where now whatever I'm explaining here will be in a blog form where you can read as you refer to that video. So I've explained that. We go now to something that is there on Forex and CFDs, but not there in NSE, and explain why it is not there. Leverage trading, it's not allowed in NSE for now. What leverage trading means, you are trading on margin or you are shorting market. When you are trading on Forex, there is something called go short and go long. Go long is where you are starting with a buy trade. Go short is where you are starting with a sell trade when you don't have shares, if you are trading on leverage. So if you have found these terminologies on Forex and CFDs, it's coming soon. in NSE. And in intraday, it is there, but you are tagged to non-leveraged intraday trading. So you are trading when you have cash in your account or when you have shares in your account. Remember, you can only sell what you have or buy with the money you have. That's what is called non-leveraged. Now, leveraged trading is where you buy on credit, trading limit. That's what I'm calling leveraged trading. I'm trading on credit, which I will pay. The AIB have given me loan, which I will pay. Short selling is where I sell the shares I don't have. That you can't do on our digital platform. It is not allowed by CDC. Why? If I buy shares today, the person is selling to me. I need to pay them. They need to provide shares. If they don't have shares, what happens? It means I'm not get shares. CDSC regulations, CMA regulations, NSE trading rules, they say you must have shares for you to sell. If I don't have money, remember the broker have to pay. Either they pay from their pocket or you give them money. So if you have a loan with AIB trading space, it means you have to pay that money. That's what is called leveraged trading. You are trading on credit or you are selling what you don't have. It promotes market instability because you are selling what you don't have. You are buying with money you don't have. We have push notifications, email notifications, and price alerts. On our side, when you trade, let me see if I got an SMS from AIB. You're supposed to get an SMS and email alert if your account is tagged to. So SMS you get at the end of the day with a summary of your trades, because you may have made so many trades. We don't want to send you so many SMSs. Then there is email alerts. We are working on price movement alerts. When there is a price movement, you get alerts. So this would come for trade execution. That is there. Then we have price alerts. This is a request from clients way back when we brought AIB DigiTrader. Client said, I want to know when the price moves to a certain price, can I get notification? We implemented that, and I'm showing you shortly. You can set price alert so that if Safaricom is trading at, let's say 12, and you want to be notified when it reaches to maybe 14 to sell, you get a notification. Or when it goes down to a certain price, you want to buy. So you get notified when a stock hits your target price, and it helps you with making timely decisions without needing now to start to put that. You see the market today, to always be glued on that for Safaricom. So you can be in other screens like equity, you want to know how it is performing, but you have set price alert for Safaricom. When it reaches your price, you will just get an alert, then you can go to that counter and execute your trade. So how do you set it? Let's go back to the app. So for you to set price alerts, let's go back to the watch list. You go to the counter that you want. We can put a price alert for KPLC. Now you see the icon there on the top right, that looks like, what do I call it? Like a bulb. You click on that, it goes to alerts. So you can put security alerts, and all security alerts you put, you see them here. So you go to the bottom icon, still right, then this is where you can put alerts, and you can turn it on or off. So I can put this like KPLC. Is that what price we saw? Let me just confirm the price. So it is KPLC. So you put the counter, KPLC. So I pick the first one. So I want the last price when it goes to, there is more supply than demand. And current price is, let me see, current price is 880. So if it executes at 870, is greater than or equal, or if less than, because it's already greater than, it's 870. So it gives you the threshold. Remarks you can create, then I create a rat, then you confirm your rat, and the rat is created and it is enabled. You can disable, edit, or delete. So let's go back to market depth. For that price alert to be triggered, for the price alert to be triggered, you need to be logged in on the app or portal. It doesn't work like push notification here. Price alerts, they work when you are in the portal. So that is on price alerts on the app. It's also there on the portal. So with withdrawals, and I know this is where now issues comes in. You have sold your shares, you want to be paid. You have referred your friends, you want to be paid. You have deposited, you want to be paid. Those are different scenarios. That is sales, deferrals, and deposits. When you have sold your shares, AIB, we are tied to T+3. That is, you sell your shares today, AIB will receive your money on the third day, third working day. We can only pay you, because we receive at 5 p.m., we can only pay you on 4th day, that you are in the morning. I hope that is clear. When you sell your shares T+3, we pay on the 4th day, very early in the morning, subject to your requesting. Remember, when you sell, we don't know whether you want to be paid. However, if you want to be paid earlier than this, there's something called early payment. When you're requesting, if you sold your shares and you're requesting today or within the T+3, you get a different screen from the person who have already settled the shares. You get a screen that is split into two. One is early payment and normal payment. If you need early payment, you are charged 5% of the amount that you are being paid, because we are paying you early for the money you have not received from CDSA. So we are paying you from the money you have borrowed in the bank, in our overdraft, to pay you. So this 5% is to pay for the interest we are charged by the bank. However, you can opt for normal payment. Normal payment means your payment will be scheduled the day you have requested. So you have sold today, you request today normal payment. It will be in the system until the 4th day you receive your money. So you don't need to sell today and wait for the 4th day to request. You can sell today, request as normal, it will be queued, and on 4th day, it will be paid. And that's where pending payment in the third screen comes in. So withdrawal can be either through bank, RTGS, same day payment, EFT, as long as it is within bank timelines. EFT is a 2-day payment, or M-Pesa. M-Pesa is paid within the day. Usually have different timelines. The first one is early in the morning, then during the day we usually release in batches. But in the process of automating the whole process so that you can request even when it is on weekend. Turnaround times, as I have said, T+3, but payments subject to the mode you have requested. Charges, normal bank, M-Pesa, unless you're requesting a repayment, no other charge. So we go back to the app, I show you how you request to be paid. So if you want to be paid, let me refresh. You go to funds, market is closed. So for those who are asking why it shows closed, it's 3 p.m. That's why it is closed. So you go to withdraw, then you put the amount you want to be paid, EFT, RTGS, or M-Pesa. There is also option for check, but we highly discourage that. M-Pesa is paid to that number, your number, so we can't, it's not like deposit. It's the only number we have on our side that we pay to. Then you just click withdraw. And what you are withdrawing is free cash. Mine is a negative. And remember, ledger balance, any pending payment, any buy order that is not executed, and unsettled trades, buy trades that are already executed, because you have to pay for them. So when you are requesting, in the next screen, mine I can't request because I have a negative. If you are requesting anything you have sold today, you get a screen split into two, early payments and normal payment. RA payment, it will even give you a breakdown of the cost for RA payment. If, however, your shares are settled, sale, you don't see confirm. So now we go back to the orders, and I'll show you now how to cancel and modify. So you have this order. I can click modify, but market is closed. I can change this price to a different price, then click modify. But right now I can't modify because market is closed. But I will cancel after end of day. Once we do end of day in the main system, all orders are validated and I can cancel my orders. Referral module. When you log in, you have that screen for referral module. That's unique code is your referral code. You can refer your friend to open an account with us. They use that referral code. Then when they trade, there is that commission you saw we are charging, brokerage charges. We share with you 50% of that for 1 year. All the trade they will do for 1 year from the time they open the account. Individual trade, the commission that we are charging, that commission we are sharing with you 50%. It is posted daily on your virtual account on our side. Then at the end of the month, we calculate the total you have earned for that month. The very first day, working day of the next month, we post the total in your trading account. You see it in your statement. In your ledger balance, it will activate, and available funds will activate. You can withdraw without any charge because that is not a sale trade. You can use that money to buy more shares. So that is the referral code. Let's go back. So I go to the left side menu, we go to refer and earn. It is clear. Once a person you have referred opens a new trading account and starts trading, we credit your account with 50% commission generated from that person for 1 year. Only that clause is not put here. How do you share? Don't share referral code directly. Somebody can miss to put in, you'll miss that referral. The easiest, click this icon next to referral code. You copy, then you share that link. If they click, that referral code is defaulted. Or you can click refer now, then you send it via, you can use any of your apps to send it. As I said, you can share anywhere. And when you're sharing, you can edit this message. So that's another way you can make money at NSE by using referral code. It's only in AIB. Other brokers don't have. So you come to dividends. Dividends are company profits that are share company that you have bought shares from, if they make profit and declare it. So the way it works, the company, they audit their books. Then the auditor declares the profit as genuine. They will call you as a shareholder or a GM, and you approve dividend. Once you approve, you will receive that dividend. Then how do you qualify for that dividend? There is the announcement date. I will show you where it is. Announcement date is when the company announces the dividend, that they intend to give that dividend. Shareholders have already approved, so they announce. It is approved by a CMA, and it is sent to NSE and brokers to disseminate that information to their client. So anyone who wants to get that dividend, they will continue buying shares without selling, don't sell, up to and including book closure. That is the date you need to have the shares in your account at 5 p.m. The shares you have after CDSC reconciles the holdings, the total shares you have qualify for the dividend, which now you multiply the number of shares times the dividend that is given. So that is the amount you receive minus 5% withholding tax. Remember, when you are opening account, there was that 5%. It is deducted at the source by the registrar. Book closure is inclusive. Those who have dealt with international stocks, it is different. You come to international stocks on Friday. For NSE, book closure is also called the record date. It is the date that they check who is in the register. The register comes from the registrar. These registrars have been given by CDSC. As I said, the record date is the date you need to have those shares. Ex-dividend date is 1 day after, 1 working day after. You can sell your shares and still receive dividend. So that is the difference. Don't sell on record date or book closure. Don't sell. The total shares you have on that date is what qualifies for your dividend. Ex-dividend date is 1 day after. That is for NSE. International market is different. Ex-dividend date is 1 day after. And you have seen on NSE price list or on our portal, on top of counter name, something XD. That means that counter is trading ex-dividend. It's 1 day after dividend. In the next Wednesday's presentation, we'll go into details of what that means. But ex-dividend date, you can sell, and any day after that, you still receive your dividend. Paid directly to the details that you gave when opening your account. So that explains how you'll be paid when the date is given. I'm opening that price list to show you. Now, you can invest that dividend because it comes to you. Reinvesting dividend means return that money back to your account by depositing and you buy more shares. That's what we call compound growth strategy, where you use your dividend to buy more shares. Now that dividend you have used, that counter may announce another dividend. You receive now dividend from the stocks initially you had, but the stocks you bought with dividend. That means you'll be receiving an extra dividend from the amount that you used to buy your stocks using dividend. That dividend you put it back, buy more shares. So you are using your dividend to get more dividend. And that is available on all accounts, individual, corporate, joint, and junior. And that's why I said, have a Jumbo Junior account for junior account. Your child will be receiving that dividend. Jumbo Junior account earns interest. So you can use money you have invested in NSE to fund your Jumbo Junior account to earn interest. Withdraw that interest, return it back to AIB, buy more shares that gives you another dividend, put it in your Jumbo Junior, interest that comes in, you return it back to Junior's account. So let's go to the reports that have that dividend. So you go to our website, you go to research, you go to price list. I explained, you go to equities price list or our stock recommendation. Let me zoom this out, scroll down. This coming from NSE directory. There is this part for corporate actions. I'm coming to corporate actions. It will give you the share, the dividend they have announced, its price, the date they announced, and book closure and the payment date. Book closure is also the record date. You need to have the shares of Safaricom on this date for you to qualify for that dividend. So you continue buying from now up to that 1st July. The total shares you have on that 1st July 5 p.m. is what qualifies for dividend. If you have 1,000 shares, you only need to multiply by 0.65. So let's say you have 10,000 times 0.65, that's around 6,500. You rest 5% withholding tax. That's what will be sent on 31st August, the payment date. If it is M-Pesa, it's the same day, or if you have not received, give it 1 week, because they said it in batches. If it is bank, it is a 2-day payment, so you check the 2nd working day. If you have not received, again, give it 1 week. If you have not received, contact registrar. We have that list on our website and also on our social media account as a pinned message. Contact the registrar. If you are calling, call them. If you're sending email, send them email and compare feedback email for AIB, so that if they request you to change your payment mode, you do it immediately with me without having this back and forth. Why? You may have given a number that is not registered under your ID or your name. It will be rejected. So these are the shares which have already announced dividend. So that dividend, when you are paid on that 1st August, return it back. Now, let's see another counter. Is there any that book closure is beyond August? I can't see any. Let me use a good example, 14th June, 20th June. Like now, you can buy Kenya shares. Book closure is on 20th June. The total shares you have for Kenya that day, you multiply by 0.15. Let's say I bought 100,000, so I'll be eligible for 15,000. Rest is holding tax. That 15,000, when I receive it on 1st August, unfortunately for Safaricom, it you have closed. I don't have any counter you can use. There is total. Book closure is on 27th June. So I can buy total up to 27th June. The total I have, I multiply by 1.92. So if I have 10,000, that's around 19,000. I will be paid 31st July. I can return that money if I receive it on 31st July in the morning by Safaricom, because book closure is 31st July. I will be paid another dividend by Safaricom on 31st August. So I can play around with dividend stocks. I receive a dividend, return it, buy another counter that is giving dividend soon. I receive dividend for that counter. I return it back, buy another counter that is paying dividend soon, and I can use now dividend to grow my stocks. All reports are there on our website. As I explained, you only need to be worried about book closure, because that is a date you need to have the shares. So always be worried about book closure date. Have the shares on that day. So let's go back to our presentation. So reinvest dividend, and you can use that to grow your stocks, however small that dividend is. Now, other corporate actions, we have bonus issues, where company, instead of giving you dividend in terms of cash, they give you dividend in terms of additional shares. So they give you extra shares at no cost. But then what happens? The following day, you might find the price have adjusted, but these are free shares, which you can sell, or you retain. When that counter now announces dividend in form of cash, even these bonus shares, you give you dividend. Then you have rights issue, is where a company wants to raise more capital, but they're already listed at NSE. They can't do that by delisting again. They can only float more shares in form of rights issue. They are discounted in price. So you can buy them in the market, or if you have shares for that counter, you qualify automatically for rights issue, but you have to pay a small fee. Then when they are listed back in the market, they'll come back as normal shares. Capital gains, price movement, you gain. Then there is stock splits, where a counter is highly valued, but the company wants to lower their price. What they do, they multiply your shares, but reduce the price in the same ratio. So when the price appreciates again, there is capital gains. If the stock gives you dividends, you gain. And that's how you as the client, you're affected. There is no loss, you only have gains. And it is you to act. If you get more shares, do you want to sell or do you want to get more profit? If it is dividend, do you want to eat that dividend or do you want to bring it back and get more gains? All that information is on that worksheet, Excel spreadsheet, and all our reports, especially stock recommendations. So we come to security lending and borrowing. Stick around, just a few slides, maybe 2 more slides I add. Security lending and borrowing is where you lend your stocks to somebody, then they pay you some small interest. Available to qualified investors. That is for balance-free shares. Shares that you have bought and they have settled, T plus 3. Any shares that have already settled, those shares are available for reading. Huh? So you read your shares. The way it works, let's say Peter did a short in the market. Remember, this is not allowed in the NSE. I short the market. Huh? I sold what I don't have. CDSE requires I have shares. So what do? Veronica has the shares in that counter. I will ask Veronica, lend me your shares, I settle. But then Veronica will tell me, I don't know you. So give me a collateral. Currently, it's in form of cash, 100,000, you give it to CDSE. Because I said they are the ones who have shares. In case of non-settlement, they use that collateral to pay back Veronica. So we come into agreement with Veronica. Veronica tells me, I need to pay this interest for this period of reading and deposit this collateral. And I say, I agree. So the shares moves from Veronica into my account. Then I give CDSE collateral. So Veronica is no longer a shareholder, let's say, of Safaricom. It's the Peter who is a shareholder, new shareholder. So what happens? All corporate actions we have talked about, dividend, splits, they go to Veronica because she is in the register. As long as that transaction was done before book closure. If it's done after, then it is Peter who is eligible, not Veronica. So what happens? If it was done before book closure, the shares were from Veronica to Peter. So Peter received the dividend. He can eat that dividend, buy more shares, or do anything. But remember, the shares belonged to who? Veronica. At the end of the reading period, I need to return shares to Veronica. She was the original shareholder. She is entitled to all corporate actions I received. I return. Remember, shares will move automatically, the extra shares I received. But if I used my dividend to buy shares, the shares belongs to me, not Veronica. I will need to give Veronica that dividend. Either I sell those shares, pay her, or get money, pay her. Once I'm done with that, the DSE will release my collateral back to me. What if I default? I default my collateral. Then CDSE will use this collateral to buy shares in the market for Veronica. Then the broker is left to chase after you. Remember, you can't default on shares. Huh? It's useful when you have maybe short the market. Currently, it's not there. That's why I said it is working in the process. Huh? It's also useful where you want to borrow loan in the bank. And I think there's a question I'm answering there. You don't have shares, but you want to borrow loan in the bank. You don't have any other collateral. But you have some money you can put in as a collateral to borrow shares. So you can come and put that small amount, borrow shares, go to the bank, borrow your own, use these shares as a collateral. They are blocked until you pay your own. Once you pay your own, it is cleared. CDSE will release your shares back to you. You return to the person who read your shares, then the collateral is returned back to you. So those are scenarios. Huh? So we go now to Q&A. Let me go to chat. Let me stop sharing. Now we go to Q&A. Let me start on CMA side. I think on CMA side I have lost questions. I'll check from Veronica. Hi, or our session added, I just joined. It has not added, we are still continuing. I hope you can hear me. And Diana, next Friday, we are going through the same thing now in details again, huh? On AIB side. So if you're not an AIB client, just share our website link. You just go there. We usually have 2 trainings. One for international stock trading, which is a new product at AIB. And we have for NSE shares. Huh? We'll also be doing for boards. So for international stock markets, on our website, there is global markets link, adapt trading. The training we have now is under AIB DigiTrader app. Search AIB Axys on any of the social media. Go to our website under research. You have links to our WhatsApp and Telegram. And we recently created a WhatsApp channel. A group is where our research team shares the research reports. Channel is where now I'll be sharing this information because this is to the public. Research is in the enclosed environment. For the training and anything you need to know about market, we're doing opening on that channel. It's called my, let me just check. Just confirm the name so that you don't go there and you're wondering whether it is AIB or it's another company, no? It's my investment KE. The link is there on our website. Let me just confirm the exact name so that you don't join the wrong channel, and you can search for it. My wealth guide, because it covers everything on wealth that you need to know. So let's go back to AIB side. Now we go through Q&A. And if you have any question, this is the time. So please interpret the video after clicking share. I think that I interpreted. That is the screen for order entry. I will also repeat next week if it wasn't clear. Accessing market depth. On the portal, it's already there. On the app, you need to click the individual counter to open. Don't swipe to trade. Just click on the counter. If it's Safaricom, click on that. On the portal, if it is not there, just go to the plus sign. You see it, then add. How long can a limit order last? As long as you meet the price, you cancel the order. You are made to a get execution or GTD, where you have put the number of days. If it is day order, it expires the same day. For market order, if there is no execution, it expires immediately. Market order, remember you're saying pick me every week. Junior accounts on the app, no, it's manual. Would you explain what to do if someone holds shares with company? I think these I explained. Market depth, I think, let me see if you're still there. How do I check my CDSC account? Just share your ID with us. However, if you go to CDSC, they can give you your CDSC account and all the brokers you hold your account with. All the brokers you hold and the shares you have. So CDSC is the first source. Then the broker will only give you what they have on their side. I think I've explained most of these questions. Any other question? For Dosika, if you trade on any of our app, Dosika, My Stocks, any app that is connected to AIB, it reflects automatically on AIB DigiTrader and also on online portal. Oh, there's a question, retrieve. How does one open a junior account? You fill in the manual form, or let me share that form. Just a second. Just share that so that I explain to you and where to get that form. This is for the junior account. So let me share that screen. Let me share also on CME side. So you go to our website, AIB Axys Africa. You go to trading. You can use global markets. There is this account opening form, or you go to downloads. You go to individual account opening form. So it's there under downloads. You click on the download. The form that opens, this is where you fill in. For individual, you just fill in the individual account side. If it is joint, you fill in the individual part and the joint account holder. So those are two people. And you share these attachments which are down here. Valid ID, 3 months bank statement, ARI PIN, current passport photo. M-Pesa statement, it has to be certified. There is a way you can request on M-Pesa. If it is junior, again, it is joint account, but the individual part is the kid. On the joint part, it is you. If you have several kids now, you open individual accounts for each kid, but with you as the joint holder. So that's how you open Company, there is a company account opening form. So those ones you do manual. I'm checking for any other question. Please don't go with a question. Could you share insight about Avento? This I said, for derivatives, AIB stopped providing derivatives. But once we come back, we should be able to provide that. It's for derivatives trading, for those who don't understand Avento website. Normally, if one wants to sell shares, they are bought within same day, correct? That is intraday. However, if you have bought through delivery, you can only sell T+3. So you don't sell the shares that you bought the same day. You can sell any time. The only difference is for intraday, you can buy and sell the same day. For delivery, you can sell after they settle. That is from T+3 going forward. When you make profit, don't sell when you don't make profit. But again, these shares can stay there for a lifetime if they are giving you dividend. If it is penny stocks that don't issue dividends, you can use them for capital gains. There are also growth stocks which don't give dividend, but they appreciate in price. Those are the ones you can sell when you make profit. So there are various scenarios. Intraday, where you buy and sell the same day. There is penny stocks which are low valued but don't give dividend. You can use that to speculate. You buy low, sell high. Or there are growth stocks which you buy today and wait for them to appreciate in price. You sell when they appreciate, you use capital gains. Then there are dividend stock. The stocks which give dividends, never sell those because it is a dividend that account can accumulate for years. So if I look at that question, maybe I go back. Wrong investment with a good portfolio can apply bank. You can use your shares as a collateral for the loan. So you only need to go to your institution, bank or SACCO, confirm with them they take shares as collateral. Come to AIB, they'll give you CDS statement that is certified. They give you a letter that you come release a year. That is, we broke your shares so that you can't sell until you clear loan. Once you clear loan, you come with the letter of clearance from the bank for us to lift that DN. DN is blocking your shares so that you can't use them until you clear loan. Once they are released, then you can go ahead and use them, either sell or do what SLB with them. Opening junior account, I've shown you on the form. When selling, can an order stay without being bought? Yes, if there are no willing buyers at your price. You saw on the market depth. So if you want them to be bought, make sure you match the buyer side. But you can always queue on the other prices. If you anticipate the price will go up, that you can always get in our stock recommendations. Any other question on CMA side? I can't see questions. Maybe we have explained everything in details. Any other question? Any other question? Question on the chat. If there is no other question, we'll be doing training next Friday still for NSE shares. The same thing we have gone through with additional information.